Hey guys, it's Jay. Today I like to talk about copywriting. Alright? But before that, I've got a question for you. Have you ever wondered why did I buy this stuff? Why did I sign up for this course? Or why can't I stop thinking about this website or sales pitch or flyer? So that's because copywriting. So that's the power of copywriting. So for example, for some words on website or wherever, you feel like, oh, it's not for me. I don't really care. But for some, you just don't know why, but it's just very hard to ignore, right? So in this video, you find out why you feel that way and how you can create that kind of feeling, meaning you can sell your product or service better. All right? And I'll be introducing 4 key elements that are the most important for copywriting and for you to be able to create a great head copy. Head copy is a word or phrase right at the top of your website. Or you can create very persuasive wording for your website as well. Now, let me talk about what copywriting is. So copywriting is a writing skill to sell your product or service. And I think that's one of the most important skills for us to be successful as a business owner or school owner. Because after I've learned it, I've still been learning it because it never ends. It's so much that you have to learn about copywriting. It's actually one of the most highest paid job in the world, copywriter. But after I got kind of the concept, then started to using the skill. We doubled the number of students. That was probably 3 years or something. And since then, our sales just going up and up. It never stops. And the beauty of having great copywriting skill or writing skill is that once you create an effective head copy, you don't have to do much, which means you can save lots of time and you can use time for like creating better curriculum for your family or whatever you think will be good. So for example, my website, I've already told you, but we've gotten more than 500 students through the website, right? In total. And it's because of the copy, because the head copy. And お子様は必ず英語好きになる2ヶ月体験入学. So to create that head copy, I've done lots of research. I had to ask around all the parents, like, what were you worried about before you came to Nico Kids? Or like, what kind of problems do you have with your, child's English education? Like all the questions that I can, come up with. And I put everything together and I made a solution, which is お子様が必ず英語を好きになる2ヶ月体験入学. The campaign and head copy. And since then, I haven't changed that. And of course, I've changed the the design, but it just keeps getting new students automatically. Of course, I use Google AdWords, Instagram ads to get access, but still I haven't changed much. So this is the beauty of having effective copywriting skill. So you can save lots of time and you can use your time for your employees or students or for curriculum to make it even better, customer service, something like that. All right? And lastly, one more thing. I want to introduce you a beautiful example of, the power of copywriting. And as an example, I want to use the best-selling English materials in whole of Japan, which is speed learning. Yes. Okay. So their head copy is, with just 5 minutes of listening a day, one day, all of a sudden, I was speaking English. By Ryo Ishikawa, pro golfer, right? So, have you actually checked out their product? You have. Okay, good. So, it sucked, right? So it's amazingly, bad. I mean, it's just nothing into it. It's just, repeating some phrases in English and Japanese. That's it. So, but still, they sell 112 million yen in 2012. This is crazy. That's one of the best-selling English material in Japan in history. Okay? But still, the quality is so low, as we all know. But this is kind of like dark side of copywriting. So their copywriting is really good. So even though their product is really bad and no one gets any results, any results, they still sell that much. It's crazy. On the other hand, do you know this one, Pimsleur language program? So you probably don't know about it, but you might know it. But no one knows about it in Japan. But it's very well known in the community of language learners. Then I personally think this is one of the best language learning program. And whenever I learn a new language, I usually start with that. So this is like really amazing. Quality is fantastic, but their marketing, their copywriting are not good. So they're not selling, unfortunately. So this is actually the dark side of like kind of dark power of copywriting. So no matter how bad your product is, you could sell by using copywriting skill. So please be careful when you use copywriting, okay? And because in the long run, it's just you have lots of claims like, like it didn't have any effect, or it didn't really work, you're a liar, something like that. So it's definitely not gonna work in the long run, okay? But actually, let me talk about speed learning a bit. So they're surprisingly still in business. And I've been like wondering like how can they stay in business, because basically what they're saying is a lie and the product's not gonna work at all. But I've done lots of research. I've realized that they're targeting at senior age, so people that are 60 or 70 or even 80s. So they have much money, right? And once they try their speed learning, then they will think like, it didn't work for me and I didn't study enough. I'm probably too old, something like that. So they don't complain much and they forget that they bought it. So that's how, stay in business, which makes me really, really angry. But that's how they are. Anyways, so I'll just show you some copies. So let's think about those copies together. Okay, the first one, here's how I got 60 students in 4 months via newspaper insert. Get the free report that details the exact steps that I took and learn how to get as many students as you want for your school. Okay, so how does it sound? Does it persuasive for you? Would you put your email and get the free report? You probably would, right? Because we all want to find out how this guy got 60 students in 4 months via newspaper insert. Yeah, very curious, right? Okay, so how about this one? 7 web marketing secrets for your school owners. Sign up for free online course to find out the most effective way to get new students. My sales increased 14,000 yen per month in 2 months without any extra work. How does it sound? That sounds pretty persuasive, huh? Like this guy said, my sales increased 140,000 yen per month in 2 months without any extra work. I want to find that out because I made the copy. Well, anyways, yeah, probably, very persuasive and attractive for you, right? Okay, how about this one? Web marketing is best. Get the free report to learn how to do great web marketing. It's the best way to advertise any business. How does it sound to you? You'll probably think, for some reason, it's not, as persuasive as the other ones. Okay, but you don't know why, right? So now I'll introduce you a thing called GDT Formula by Michael 14, which is a very famous marketer from the US. And he created this formula so that we can analyze your head copy, if that works or not. And it's got all the elements that as human being, we cannot resist if someone talk about it. Okay, so it's time, so about saving time and effort, not putting lots of effort, and scarcity and curiosity. And actually there are like 10 more, but I'm not getting into it because it might take such a long time. But these are the most important ones from GDT Formula. Now let's take a look at the ones we already seen and analyze based on GDT Formula, okay? So the first one from Speed Learning. So it says, with just 5 minutes of listening a day, one day all of a sudden I was speaking English. So I think it's talking about time, right? So time and effort actually. So with just 5 minutes of listening a day, just a day. So it does sound like very easy, and you don't have to put much effort. And also curiosity, like how would it be possible? Because we keep hearing like learning language, it takes some time, right? But how would it be possible? So but scarcity, they usually have like only for this sample is only for limited amount of time, or it's only for 20 people or something like that. So they has all those 4 important elements. So that's why it's very effective and strong, and people just cannot stop thinking about it. We are teachers, like we know that's not gonna work, but for like ordinary people, it's just like, wow, that sounds amazing, I want to try that. Okay, all right, so the next one, here's how I got 60 students in 4 months via newspaper insert. Get a free report that details the exact steps that I took, and learn how to get as many students you want for your school. Okay, so again, so like it makes you curious, right? Like how would it be possible? And also it says in 4 months, so it talks about time and effort, because this guy has done all the work and put everything together in that free report. So we think that we don't have to put lots of effort to, find that out, right? Because that's the point of getting that report. Okay, and scarcity, it's not from the copy, like there's not scarcity, but there's this is actually by me, but I usually put like, oh, this report is only till like X amount, X day or something like that. Okay, so next one, 7 web marketing secrets for school owners. Sign up for free online course to find out the most effective way to get new students. My sales increased 140,000 yen per month in 2 months without any extra work. So you thought that was very strong, right? So, and now let's see. Time. Yeah. So in the end, in 2 months without any extra work, right? And the effort, yeah, any extra work. So it sounds like you don't have to put any effort. Not any, but not much effort. And curiosity, like, wow, sounds so curious. 7 web marketing secrets for school owners. So, if you are a school owner, you feel like, oh, I definitely have to find out because I'm a school owner. Okay, so yeah, that's why it's got 4 things, so that's why it's very strong and persuasive. Okay, and next one, web marketing is best. Get the free report to learn how to do great web marketing. It's the best way to advertise any business. Okay, so you thought this one wasn't that strong, and now you know why, right? So it's not really talking about time, effort, scarcity, no scarcity, like a bit of curiosity. Web marketing is best, but still, it's kind of vague and a bit too abstract. So you probably would skip that, and it's not really talking about specifically you. Do you know what I mean? It says like it's the best way to advertise any business, and it's not like specifically talking at you. Okay, you, a business, you like a school owner, so anything like that. So it's very less effective. Okay. All right. So lastly, let's look at my copy, like why it worked really. I mean, it's been working really well, and we've gotten more than 500 students from that copy. Okay, so after 2 months trial for just 5,000 yen, your kids will like English. So, as I've done lots of research, I've discovered and found out that lots of parents are worried about their English, but they're not sure if they will be able to continue if they go to an English school. So they're not sure with one trial lesson. So I decided to to do it for 2 months. Then it's just for 5,000 yen. Okay, so it's time. It's in just 2 months their kids will like English. That sounds amazing for them, right? And effort. Well, first of all, they don't have to do anything because the parents don't have to do anything, and it seems like it's very fun, and it seems like kids don't have to put any efforts because we're kind of promising like your kids it's gonna like English in 2 months. And scarcity, not in this phrase, but in the picture, it says until April 30th, and it's only for 15 people. So you feel like, oh man, I gotta make an action right now. And also curiosity, like in 2 months my kid's gonna like English. Oh, I can't believe it, right? And actually lots of teachers don't believe it, and school owners don't and you probably don't. But when you think about it carefully, like it's not just for English with kids, it's for anything with anyone. But when you start something new, you're just so excited, right? So you tend to feel like, okay, yeah, I'm so excited, and I think I like this thing so much, So just 2 months, getting them to like English is pretty easy. But as we already know, getting them like English for a long time, like 3 years, 4 years, that's such a hard thing. We have to, come up with new activities, like more effective way of, teaching and stuff. So yeah, that's the most important. That's the hardest part. So yeah, that's kind of like a big secret of my head copy. And that's why we haven't had many people quitting, like, oh, you lied to me, or that wasn't true. So we hadn't had anything like that. Of course, it's not 100% who, like people signed up, but we've got probably 92% of students, signed up from that campaign. Okay, so I think you are getting, the feeling of, okay, why this phrase or like wording is very persuasive and effective based on GDT formula, right? But still you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. So I will give you a thing called like fill in the blank templates. Okay, so you just need to fill up the blanks so that you can make effective copies right away. I wish I could tell you, okay, here's a word that would work for you. All right, but unfortunately, there's not such a thing, because everyone is in very different situation. So things that I say and worked might not work for you, and things that you say and worked might not work for me. So you have to create your own. That's why we talked about fundamental thing, GDT formula. And there's not such a what's it called, like magic pill type of thing, that fixes your problems right away. I mean, it could, but it doesn't last long time, right? So, anyways, fill in the blank template. So number 1 is blah 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 ways to blah 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 blah. So, I use it all the time. So this is an example. Here are 4 ways that will have you pronouncing R sound beautifully in 10 minutes. Even though it's almost impossible for Japanese people to master it. Okay, so it might controversial for some people, but yeah, it talks about time and effort, right? It's just in 10 minutes, and sounds like not much effort. And then curiosity, even though like it's almost impossible for Japanese people to master it, but it just just 4 ways and in 10 minutes. So yeah, that's why it's very persuasive. Okay, so next one. So how blah 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 went from blah 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 to blah 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 blah. So this is about transformation, because people want to see transformation. People want to see changes. Like any movies, anime, books, or stories, or anything, there's always someone who's kind of weak, then becomes like strong, right? So yeah, it's like actually, there's a scenario writing book for Hollywood movies, and if you study, you'll find out a lot more about it. But there's always like a formula that people cannot stop being interested in that story. So just using this formula, how blah blah went from blah 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 to blah blah blah, is very strong. Okay, So an example is that how A-chan, who used to cry at every lesson, became the most effective student in class. Another one is how I went from a metal dude to the owner of Nico Kids English. Okay, so yeah, this one, like when I talk about this in a seminar, it's always like, hey. So it's like, yeah, very interesting. I'm, embarrassing to say, to, tell the secret though, but it does work. Okay, next one is, within 4 lessons, blah 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 years old kids were able to blah 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 blah. Okay, so within 4 lessons, okay, it's already like makes you very curious. Wow, within 4 lessons, right? And it sounds like, less time and less effort. Okay, so let's see some examples. Okay, so within 4 lessons, 5 years old kids were able to say, go away, come here, blah 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 blah, please. In Japanese, 4回のレッスンで5歳のお子様が go away, come here, 何々何々 please を言えるように。Yeah, this can be like a title for a video of your lesson or activity or something like that. And next one, 5 and 6 years old, they were able to use 3 prepositions within 2 lessons. In Japanese, 5、6歳。たった2回のレッスンで前置詞が使えるように。Oh, I missed like 3 前置詞. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, they both, talk about time, effort, and they make you curious, right? Okay, yeah, so I talked about filling the blanket templates. So one is blah blah ways to blah blah blah, and how blah blah went from blah blah to blah blah blah, and within 4 lessons, blah blah years old kids were able to blah 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 blah. Okay, so, and do you remember GDT Formula? Okay, so time, effort, scarcity, and curiosity. Okay, so if you talk about those 3, the key elements that us human being cannot ignore, your copy will be very strong and persuasive. Okay, so please give it a try. Let me know how it goes. All right, so thanks for watching. Bye.